Hi everyone, Southy here. I just thought I'd tell you another little story that's in the book. This is a story about Mad Mick and Sal. Mad Mick came into my life because I'd lost my licence and I was catching the bus to Fishwick every day. And I was living in Lynham with Barry and Greg, and so I was catching the bus, and one day at the bus going to Fishwick, there was a grub on the bus who was harassing this Mad Mick. His name, like, I didn't know him at the time, but he was a young bloke, younger than me. I was about 19, he was probably 17. He was being harassed by this guy on the bus, so I intervened and stopped this bully from harassing him on the bus. And me and this Mick sort of hit it off, became mates, and Mick needed somewhere to live, so we invited him to move in and live with us. So he moved into our place at Lynham. He was seeing this girl, this smoking hot girl called Sal. She was absolutely sex on a stick. She was a product of evolution. She was built for one purpose. She was absolutely all about spreading love and spreading happiness and having a good time, and she knew how to do that. Anyway, we decided to have a Saturday outing together, a couple of carloads of us. So we headed out to Bowning to visit my folks and to go to the Bowning pub, have a couple of beers. So we went out to Bowning. I'm in the back of Mick's. He had HQ, four-door HQ Monaro, blue and white one. It was stunning, absolutely pristine, the best example of one of these cars I've ever seen. 308 4-speed, just a beautiful, beautiful car. Anyway, we went out to Bowning, we went to the pub, a couple of beers, went to my folks, hung out at my folks' place for a while, and just stayed there for a couple of hours, dicking around, just being young people, having fun. And we head back to Yass. We head back to Canberra. We thought we'd go through Yass and stop at the BP Roadhouse and get a feed and fuel up. On the way to town, Sal puts a hand round between the seats and starts rubbing my inner thigh. And I'm looking at Mick in the mirror, and he's looking at me, and we're like, what the fuck's going on? She starts rubbing my thigh some more, getting more and more towards the back, and next minute she climbs over in the back with me, and I'm looking at Mick and I'm like, what the fuck? And next minute she undoes my dacks and pulls them down, and from what happened next, I can only gather that she had a shocking protein deficiency that day, and she needed an infusion of protein. So she'd give me a polish in the back of the car, and as we're pulling into the BP, polish is finished, and next minute we pull up, she jumps out and skips and dances into the service station, because this is what she was. She was this happy, fun-loving girl who just was all about, she was light and happy and fun, you know. She was a great, long, luscious red hair, little frame, 50 kilos maybe, gorgeous looking girl, and everyone loved her. Anyway, me and Mick are looking at each other in the mirror, and, you know, we're a bit, what the fuck? And Mick goes, reckon this might mean me and Sal are done. And we both just started laughing. And the good thing about Mick then, and, you know, it wasn't like I went behind his back. He was in the car with us. We still, nothing happened to our friendship. Nothing happened to him and Sal's friendship either. They remained friends. Their relationship ended, but they remained friends. Sal used to come around to my place, and she became what people call now friends with benefits. She'd just come around and we'd hang out and we'd have fun together and enjoy each other's company. And she used to have a friend, an older friend, who was actually older than me. I was 19, the older friend was 27. She'd bring her around and for me to enjoy as well. So she was a real good sport and had a lot of fun with her. Sadly, they've both passed on. Mad Mick got killed in a horrific car accident where him and all the occupants of the car got drowned, and poor Sal, she ended up being murdered a few years ago in Canberra. So yeah, just one little story. I go into a lot more detail in the book, but that's another little story from my book that's quite funny, and just what things were like in the late 70s and early 80s. It was a really simpler time, and friends were friends, and not much came between us. Not even Mick's girlfriend giving me a polish in the back of the car while he's driving. So anyway, cheers. Enjoy the book.